The following program is a public service of Gulf Coast State College, WKGC, and Commodore Productions. And now, the Military Hour with Carrie Dieter.
Welcome to Military Hour. I am more than excited this morning. Special edition, two very special guests. And in order for me not to mess up any introductions, we're going to go first with Major Andrews. Tell us about yourself, your service, and thank you right up front for your service.
I'm Kat Andrews, Major Kat Andrews, and I'm with CONAR 1st Air Force. We're right here at Tyndall Air Force Base. We are the air component to NORAD. We have 3 missions here, and that is our theater security cooperation, also defense of the homelands, and our defense with civil authorities for any tornadoes or any tragedies or things that we help with the civil authorities. But we're also binational command with the Canadians. But one special day out of the year, we get to help track Santa. And we have a website. It's called noradsanta.org that we work with NORAD and all of the components. And we have special radars that track Santa. We have Santa cams that are out there to make sure all the kids are in bed at time. And the kids can go on the websites. There's apps for the phones as well that can watch Santa and see where he's at. And this all happened merely by an accident. In Sears Roebuck's catalog years ago in 1955, they had a typo and they ended up calling Conad at the time. And this the colonel answered the phone and it was a kid looking for Santa. So he made sure that the kids got directed to the right Santa phone call, but it started a tradition. So this is our 61st year that we do this. And every year we have over 1,400 volunteers that are up there answering the phones every year.
That's terrific.
And they have over 140,000 calls. It's over 200 countries and territories across the world now that call in for this. And this is just a wonderful time of the year. It's just something that we take our job very seriously, and even tracking Santa is one of the very important things that we do.
And it should be. And me being the goofball that I am, I'm going to have fun again this year with my wife, because I'll go in and say, you know what, it's time. She'll go, what, time for what? I say, we have to track Santa. We just have to do it. So it's a good thing that came out of an innocent mistake, and what fun and joy people have. Thanks for what you do. Not just that, everything that you do.
Absolutely.
With NORAD.
Well, good to see you again, Carrie.
Good to see you.
I'm Leslie Brown, the Naval Support Activity Panama City Public Affairs Officer, and I'm here to talk to you about a lot of things too. So
yeah, I heard some scuttlebutt. Do they say that in the Navy still?
They do.
They do. I didn't know because I'm Army, but in any event, I heard some scuttlebutt about something going on that maybe you can tell us about a little later or whenever you feel that you should, because it's an event that shouldn't be missed, and I'm hoping that I can be there, and I think I might be able to make it.
Good.
So, how long, Major Andrews, have you been in service now?
25 years.
25.
I have been with active duty and in the Guard as well. I started off as a Navy girl at first.
Is that right?
And then I got my commission with the Air Guard, and then I've been active duty, and I've loved it. I've gone to several areas and worked with 35 different countries, and it's been a real wonderful treat. And I leave in 5 weeks. This is it for me. I go back into the Guard for the rest of my time.
Is that so? You have how much left? 5?
I have 3.5 more years.
3.5?
3.5 more years. I gave those wonderful educational benefits to my daughter, so I've got to do the rest of my commitment. But I love putting on this uniform every day and serve my country.
Understand. Well, could there be the possibility of Lieutenant Colonel as you finish?
That is hopefully that's exactly where I'll end up at.
Well, I hope so too.
Lieutenant Colonel. And
if fortunes are good, you might even go to full bird. Who knows? You never can tell.
Let's see how long my knees wear.
We don't know what the future holds, do we? That's for sure.
Exactly.
And Leslie.
Yes,
May I call you Leslie?
You can, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. How long have you been doing your service? Because you are a veteran as well.
Yes, sir. I joined the military in 1991, the day after Christmas.
How apropos for this segment. Good.
And then I served 13 years in the Air Force, had received a commission, got out when I was a captain, and then switched over to civil service. So
I am so outranked here. I was a lowly Spec 4 twice. We won't go into any of that. But in any event, well, thank you for your service
Thank
as
you.
well. Such good work goes on out at the base. Now, I'm going to just interject real quick. Yesterday, quite by accident, I stopped out at the clinic over on the beach, and there were 2 flyers. One about, hey, get your choice card. One about, hey, the new place is going to open over on Magnolia. So me being pretty simple-minded, I thought, gee, I wonder why the VA hasn't sent these notices out to we veterans.
They actually will be starting to do that today. They're going to be sending out a press release and letting everybody know because they closed the clinic today and they're starting to move to the new location. You know, because currently the facility is on the Navy base, and sometimes
Right.
that's just hard for some of the veterans to get into the base. So that if they didn't retire and have an ID card, you know, it's sometimes hard to get through that gate guard. So they're moving the clinic off base. The Navy clinic will be off base as well because some of the capabilities will be shared, but they're going to move that off base, and next week they're going to open and hopefully mid-December have an official ribbon cutting for that. So
Well, that will
that'll
be
be great.
good. I just thought that perhaps we'd have got a little more advance notice. One of the notices for the choice card, if you don't, no, it's not a choice card, it's your VA ID card, started on the 22nd of November. So I'm thinking, well, if you don't have one, you should have one anyway. So avail yourselves of that as quick as you can. Got to have that. And yeah, we're looking forward to that new clinic being open.
It's going to be a great addition to the community because we do have, you know, we have over 22,000 vets just here in Bay County. So, many of them are eligible to use the clinic, you know, because of their service-connected disabilities. So that's just a great asset to the community.
And
So
a lot of us have a problem depending on the medical getting to Biloxi or getting to Pensacola. So anyway,
They are gonna
that's where
pick
the
up some-
choice programs comes in.
they are going to pick up some new capabilities at the
Good.
clinic. So it's really going to be a
Good.
great thing for everybody here.
Okay, I went down that rabbit hole. Now I'm off of that. So anyway, check out, get the information, and get yourself. If you're not registered with the VA, do it. By all means, do it. It just might be what you wind up needing as your only
right.
source of help.
That's right.
So, Santa Claus, jingle bells, and all that stuff, huh?
So, Carrie, who are you going to vote for in the Army-Navy game next weekend?
I don't do politics for anything. I only vote for me, and I'm not playing, so I'm not going to win. I'm not going to lose, so that makes me Switzerland. I'm neutral.
Neutral.
But if I were voting, I'd say Army.
Ah, okay.
It's about loyalty. You know
That's
how it is,
right.
So,
That's where your bread was buttered for a while.
yeah.
So, yeah, the game is next weekend, so it's a big rivalry here at the base.
You
'Cause
never ate sea rats, did you?
I've had MREs, Air Force MREs.
Yeah.
Those were pretty bad.
Best
I
thing
mean,
about-
great.
Best thing about sea rats were the chiclets and the cigarettes. And you know, if you didn't get the cigarettes you like, you could trade them for something else like a cookie or a piece of chocolate or whatever. We won't go there either. So, coming up is this event that I heard the scuttlebutt about. And it's something that's tied deeply to Christmas that I believe you know about. Can you reveal that to us?
Well, on December 14th, at the Navy base in our Long Glass Center there is going to be the annual Children's Christmas Party.
Right.
And it's not affiliated with the base because it's a private organization,
Sure.
but it started as an event hosted by the base. So just some background, started in 1950.
Yeah.
It officially became a sanctioned event in 1955. And every year we reach out to the Bay County School District and request 100 of their neediest children to
Look, we've
help.
got it up now. So there it is, 14 December. And if you haven't
That's
been into
true.
Long Glass, that's a really nice facility.
It's our multi-purpose facility on base, and it's where everybody gathers for all different kinds of things there. It's in the NSA headquarters building, Building 308, but that's where we have like our blood drives and our different events, cultural events we will have there. The CFC, you know, Combined Federal Campaign, will do their kickoff event there. So we have all kinds of things in the Long Glass. But this event every year, they bring in the 100 children that, and these are children that can't afford socks
Right.
and things like that. They bring it in. This private organization works all year doing doing events, working with local businesses to generate money. It used to be they would request, like you or I, to donate $75 because that's what it would cost to host a child, to sponsor a child. But they've since gotten away from that. They'll take any donation. You can go on their Facebook page. Just on Facebook, just search the Children's Christmas Party Committee. You can go on there, and any amount through PayPal you can pay. But these things, they put a gift basket basically together for these children. A couple years ago, we had a girl. I mean, this will bring tears to my eyes, so please let me apologize now. But she was so excited when she opened her bag. She got a toothbrush. She held that toothbrush and she goes, "Is this toothbrush for me? I finally have my own toothbrush." I mean, that's how needy these children are. And the school district picks those children. We bring them on base, show them a great party. Santa comes to visit them. They're going to go down to the firehouse this year and have a lunch. And Major Smokehouse and Patch's Pub is sponsoring that lunch with great sandwiches and pizzas from Patch's. So
Two great local businesses,
Patch's,
and Vince and Cindy from Patch's. They support veterans and the military community.
well, they are veterans,
Well, of
so
course,
they know.
yeah.
So.
But just one of the best out there as far as support.
So.
Not disparaging anybody. You know, we love everybody that supports, and most do, especially in this area, because it's so heavily populated with retired and active duty military. But yeah, it's a heartbreaker to think that a child would be just so elated over having their own toothbrush.
They're going to get socks. They're going to get. They work with the schools to find out the school uniform colors, and they give them 2 shirts that will work at school. You know, that they're allowed to wear to school, since most of the schools have a uniform policy. They're going to get socks and underwear, toothbrushes, things like that. But they're also going to get some gifts too, so that's really nice. And you can just hear them in the long glass the day of the event. You can just hear them just squealing with delight because people come to visit them, and the sailors will come in and help them do different events, play games. They're going to have, actually this year, they're going to have a magician come in. Very well-known magician come in and do some magic tricks for them and things like that. So it's just a special day for them.
Now, please do not let me forget. I want to mention something to you when we're off the air about the possibilities of perhaps some clowns coming. Is it too late to maybe bring a clown or two?
I don't know.
out
I'll
there?
have to get you in touch with the right people.
Not the weird clowns like they were doing here. I mean, this is for kids, so.
We'll definitely look into it because Jody Hendricks, she heads the committee almost every year. She's a civilian employee out at the Naval Surface Warfare Center on the base. But in her off-duty time, she's phenomenal with rallying people together and getting the funds together by hosting fundraisers and things like that. She's a great person getting everybody motivated to get this going. You know, a couple years ago, it almost didn't happen. So
I did not know that.
Yeah, it almost didn't happen, and she was able to get in touch with the right people, and that's how they started getting more corporate sponsors versus just individual sponsors.
Right.
So
well, and that's a good thing. So.
But again, they can go on the Children's Christmas Party Committee Facebook page. Look on there. There's a PayPal link. They can donate any amount of money, you know, to help this. And
now, suppose, and I'm just going to use this because we mentioned toothbrush. Suppose somebody goes around to the dentist and says, "Hey, can you give me some toothbrushes for the kid?" How can they get those to the organizers of the event so they can be distributed to the children?
Actually, I would suggest they get on the Facebook page and send messages because that Facebook page is monitored by the committee, and that'd be a great way for them to get in touch. But they could always call me in the public affairs office as well at 850-230-7717, and I can help get them in touch with the right people if it comes down to that. But probably messages would be the best way on the Facebook page.
So we got Santa tracking via NORAD, and this is 24 hours until the day.
It kicks off today, December 1st. Today. You will see all the different components. First Air Force, we have ours up there too. First Air Force is led by Lieutenant General Scott Williams. and he kicks it off with all of our teams out there. So ours is out there, including the Navy and the Air Force, the Marines.
Good deal.
Everybody's out there.
I didn't hear you say Army.
Army as well.
Oh.
of
They
course.
keep him safe while he's on the ground.
Yes. Exactly.
Oh, there you go. Okay, there we go.
Exactly.
We had to be doing something.
They are, absolutely.
We keep him safe over water and some areas that the Air Force can't fly in, the Navy will take over with their F-18s. But
Well, good. Yeah, that's a good thing too.
escorting
Yeah.
him around
You know,
safely.
Going to the social media aspect, it is such a good way and like instant communication now, whether it's Twitter or whether it's Facebook. Now, that being said, can be used for good, can be used for bad. I'll just use that word, bad. But in this instance, it's used for good. So I would encourage, look up the Facebook page. And if you want to get involved, get involved. You want to help, help. Because, I mean, for the kids. When you see, and I've been privileged enough and blessed enough to be able to see children at events for children where they get even the smallest thing, that pure innocent joy is, that's what brings those tears. And don't do it.
I know.
I'll be crying too. And it's not good for an old man to cry. You know? My wife always tells me, now stop it. But no, I'm just kidding. She doesn't do that. But yeah, if you get involved, you'll wind up getting more out of it by helping than you can imagine. Same thing with helping veterans and their families. And goodness, you get back so much more than you give. It's just insane. So, and that's all I want to do. Finish out well, give back when I can, what I can, where I can, and how I can. It's that simple. So, and soon you'll be joining those ranks about, did you tell me 3.5 years?
Right.
3.5 years. Yeah. Wait until you think you're busy now. Just wait.
I look forward to it. I have a son who's also active duty right now.
Oh, well, please
And-
thank him for his service as well.
He has been overseas. He's in Italy right now.
Hardship
I know.
tour.
Oh,
Hardship
yeah.
tour.
Jeez.
Before that, he was in Okinawa.
Oh,
And I asked him, I said, did you win like the military lottery or something here? And now he's going to Colorado Springs.
Colorado Springs.
Also does not stink. So it's going to be nice having him back stateside. So I'm really proud of him. He's a firefighter.
Oh, great. First responder.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm real proud of him for what he
Yeah,
does. And
absolutely.
at the risk of sounding like Lieutenant Dan from Forrest Gump, we have had somebody with my family in the service for as far as we go back. So
Understood.
It's a long
Yeah.
line. But they were all Army.
We have a track
There you
record.
go.
Well, I had a World War II father that was Navy, and he was encouraging me, boy, you better go get in the Navy. You better sign up. They're going to draft you. And I'm like, too much water for me. Of course, that young and dumb, I'm like, I didn't know. It's like every other branch of the service, you know.
Right.
You have air, you have water, you have land, terracotta. But in any event, I kind of hung out there until I got drafted, and that was that. So it was Army, but also our family was the same way. We had Army and Air Force, and and we've had a Marine and Navy, of course. And I've got a grandson now, and I had to rag him a little bit because we do that.
Yes.
Yeah, in the military. So he put something up this morning, and he very rarely puts something up. He says, broke my toe yesterday. Now I have to take my troops out for leadership training in the snow. He's in a very cold climate. So I just had to say, a real leader and a good leader would take his troops to somewhere warm where they have cold beverages. Don't you think? So I'm going to hear about that one, I'm sure. But he's a combat medic. And
Oh, wow.
very, very proud of Andrew. So God bless you, Andrew. Thank you, son. Anyway.
It is a good banter that we have back and forth.
Oh, yeah.
But we all know that, we all have each other's back. And
Absolutely.
it's kind of like siblings, that we can all rib each other back and forth. But one time somebody who's not in the military,
Don't cross the line.
yeah, exactly.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Like, don't you? Wait, you haven't earned that salt yet.
Exactly.
Yeah,
We earned the right to gently.
yeah, gently, exactly.
Yeah. Razz each
Yep,
other.
that's right. We're the only ones that can do that.
Yeah. You think I didn't get it as short as I am? I still get it. I'll be in a meeting, they'll be yelling, hey, Dieter, stand up. I'm like, I am standing up. Give me the Miami phone book. I'll be taller. So, can't help it. But, we are what we are. And for all my experiences, the good and the bad, I wouldn't change a minute. I just wouldn't. Yes.
No, we one of my friends retired a couple days ago, and in his remarks, it really hit me. And a lot of people, they say different things, but his was one that just really resounded. He said, some people come from money. He said he was somebody who didn't. He said, but he joined the military, and it was the one thing that the military offers you a level playing field.
Exactly.
When you come into the military, everything's level. And that is your opportunity. And you can't say that you weren't given a fair chance, because you were given a fair chance.
Absolutely.
And it's up to you to do what you want. And he said he was given that opportunity. And he there are some things maybe he could have done better or changed things maybe, but that was all on him.
Right.
And he's so thankful for it. And it is, I think, as all of us, when we get to that point in our life, when we look back, maybe we could have done things a little bit different. But wow, what an opportunity that we've had. That we are that only 1% of our country can say that we have stood up and said, okay, we'll do it. We'll go do that,
Yep.
and we'll lay down our life for this country.
Yeah, and that was my thought back in those days. There were people leaving the country because they didn't want to be drafted and all. I'm like, well, I'll play the hand that I'm dealt. I like to play poker. I'll do what I have to do. But that level playing field for me wasn't exactly level. Here's why. I was so short. I never had to march in a parade, and guess who I was laughing at? Because they called me Shorty. Everybody that was in the parade. It's like, you deer, out, right rear, gone. But in fact, I was only involved in one parade like that, so I never had to get involved in any of those. We were boom, gone. So we were jettisoned out.
So, and that is exactly what you said about the hand. The military offers you to reshuffle the deck of the hand that was dealt to you in life.
Yeah.
So I could have made it the worst time, or I could have made the best out of it. And being stubborn and hard-headed, I was one of those that, you're not going to beat me. And going through boot, you're not going to beat me. Not going to happen.
Good for you.
Well, that's how dumb I am. It's like, don't tell me I can't do that. I'm going to do it. So, but in any event.
And I was prior enlisted too. So I was prior enlisted, and so that was, I've seen all of the ranks of going through.
As I was. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. We were both what?
Mustangs.
Mustangs,
Yeah.
yeah.
I have a young troop now, and I won't give his last name, Matt, but he went from an EM and switched over to WO, even changed MOSs. He's flying Apaches. I'm
Nice.
thinking, yeah, Matt, way to go, dude.
Nice.
He had somebody took him under his wing, and graduated out of Rucker, and he did a couple tours in one in Iraq, 2 in Afghanistan, if I remember correctly. And now he's flying those Apaches and loving every minute of it.
Good.
Rightly
That's awesome.
So, yep. Fabric of America. Yep.
Absolutely.
A can-do young man, and just, can't say enough about him. I wish he was my son. All good. So.
What are you doing for Christmas?
Facebook. What am I doing for Christmas?
Are you staying in
Something
town?
I enjoy doing. We're actually going to be out of town because every Christmas, my wife's mother is 78 years old, in excellent health, and we drive to pick her up in Georgia. We bring her down for a week or so, and when she says she wants to go back home, we take her back home. But we have the biggest time just being silly with each other. And I have a habit of, God forgive me, I weave these tall yarns for our every Sunday phone call to Mama, and I just tell her how terrible her daughter is, how misbehaving she is. I mean, I'll make up this story this long, and then Mama says, well, she's just like her daddy. He was an MP, and that Korea vet, and he was an MP, but have the best time. And then before I hang up, I say, well, Mama, just make sure you pray for me and get all them deacons to do it too. But anyway, because I'm pretty well whacked out. But the people that really know me know I'm pretty whacked out. So harmless for the most part, I think. Yeah. So.
Well, Carrie, I can let you in on a little secret. Well, we're in the very initial planning phases of this, but 2 years ago, this coming May, we had a Year of the Military Diver out at the Navy base.
Yes.
It was very well received by the community, and especially by the schools. A lot of the schools got together and brought kids out to the event. But when Commander Hung Kao left the base this past spring, the mayor of Panama City declared May as Month of the Military Diver. So we're hoping that this coming May, possibly we could have something to honor that and keep that going. Maybe an inaugural event to
Yeah, that would be great. I've got a lot of friends that work out there, and some of them are at the school, the dive school.
All right.
And, all right, guys, get off your keisters. Let's make this thing happen. Come on, get
We would
involved.
love to see it happen. Like I said, it's just in its infancy. We're just talking about it now to hopefully see if we could host some kind of open event to the community again. It was very well received when we did that.
Yeah, I remember, and I'll talk to some of the brothers and sisters at the different veteran service organizations. You know, VFW, Legion, AMVETS, and all that, and the ones that are on base and working. You know, hey, help push this thing, get involved.
Yeah, and something else we're trying to do is really brand Panama City as the home of military diving. You know, Panama City and Panama City Beach, they
train all branches here, don't they?
They do.
Yeah.
The only ones that don't train here are the SEALs and the Army Special Forces.
Well, yeah.
So they train all the divers here, even the Coast Guard. We have international students that come to the base and train with our American military members, and we even train folks like from drug enforcement agencies, things like that. So
Did not know that.
Yeah. Besides the DOD, so we have students out there for that. So
Terrific.
nearly 1,500 people pass through the dive school a year. So we have a lot going on out there. But we just want Bay County and the community to know that military diving happens here, and we'd also like Panama City to become the home of diving. You know, just recreational diving, everything. So we're hoping in the future to get something here more concrete that will show, you know, all diving starts here. This is the best place for it to happen.
I like that. All diving starts here.
That's right.
That's a good little tagline right there.
But so we want everybody to know that this really is the home of military diving, and we hope to be able to continue that with events that the community can come actually see and touch, you know, touch things and understand what we do on the installation. So.
Well, I hope that comes to fruition. My wife doesn't dive, but she's one of those snorkel people. So she's a
That's probably what I'll stick to.
Yeah, well, yeah, me too. In any event.
There's a science to diving, and you've really got to be.
So I have one
You know.
one major question for Major Andrews. Did you catch that? Major question for Major Andrews. I do stuff like that. So, beings is how we are so far advanced now with our capabilities in the air. Is Santa ever going to trade in that sled for like the latest in flying equipment and do some zooms and passes?
Well, what our intel tells us is that Santa's very traditional, and so his sleigh is pretty much going to keep the same look, but he's got some very, very good technology on board now, because it's hard for us sometimes of us trying to stay up with him and track him.
Oh.
I mean, even with all of our technology, it takes our whole team to stay on top of that, tracking him. So he's on board with all the latest technology.
Sounds like advanced propulsion
It
systems
is.
have been installed.
Don't let that sleigh trick you,
Oh.
because he's going pretty fast. I
So-
mean, for all the kids that he has to deliver to, he's pretty warp speed.
Yeah, so kids, if you're watching, you got to remember, not only is Santa old school, he's pretty new school too, with all the upgrades. So you got to be watching as they track him coming in, because he's coming to your house. So,
Absolutely.
and he's coming to my house.
Absolutely.
How many
your
presents
houses.
does he deliver a year?
Oh, it's in the billions. It is in the billions.
So maybe
now.
we'll get one.
See, good, yeah, but it's a good thing he has elves to help. That's for sure.
You know, my last list I wrote to him was, you know, I have been good. I've been all right. Oh, okay, Santa, I will buy my own presents this year.
Yeah.
You know, so there's some of them are getting less and less, but no, it's in the billions.
See, and some people think honesty is easy. It's not. You just demonstrate it. You know, yeah, I've been good. Yeah. We're kind of all in that boat, aren't we? Boat, did you get that one?
I
Oh, it's
appreciate the ship.
It's ship, isn't it? I knew that was coming. I just had to do it. We are out of time. Please come back. It has been more than a pleasure.
It has been. Thank
Major
you.
Andrews and Leslie Brown. My goodness, always fun. We're out. Thanks for watching.